He stole my thunder.
Mm-hmm.
He knows about the clap. When did he learn about the clap? Health clap?
Almost everyone does. Okay, wow.
Almost everyone knows. You're right.
Yeah. But
that's how
claps,
it keeps getting
actually.
passed around.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But how did you learn about the clap?
Because people would just do that like in their video.
Oh, people would literally just leave it in.
Yeah, they would that's their intro or their outro. Is to clap.
Oh yeah, I know PewDiePie. I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to be annoying to the sound, but that's I know PewDiePie did that, but I don't remember. But he just did it for fun, and there's a few other people that they just do it for fun. But now I'm understanding you're probably right. They were doing it for practicality, not just
both.
for fun.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of worked for both, but yes. Yeah. And then I think I remember, like, a while after I saw the clap, I saw people, like, talking about the exact reason why they do it. For syncing up audio.
True. Well, yeah, because whenever I started my first channel, whenever you first start a channel, they feed you so much. How to start a YouTube channel, how to get views, how to do this, how to do that. So I watched a lot of people talking about like the sound quality, just like, like a lot of different things. So this one girl, she taught me how to do the clap. She taught me how to give the clap. She taught me how to receive the clap.
Oh, that's great.
And then she referred me to some doctors that she had heard of.
Good.
But anyway, so welcome. By the way, this is our first episode.
Mm-hmm.
This is the opposite of Reddit, even though it is the exact.
It is Reddit.
It is Reddit.
Yeah.
Basically, we're gonna read some Reddit stories for you today. By the way, Roy is not really a Reddit person. He knows a few things here and there, but he doesn't really watch Reddit content. He doesn't really read Reddit stories, just like on the offhand if somebody hears something crazy and tells him.
Or I'll be in like random small like gaming subs or something like that.
Yeah, so we're actually going to start out with a relationship advice.
Interesting. Yeah, I have no idea what any of these are. She's curated all of our Reddit for today.
One of our friends actually almost spoiled one of them for him, but he told it wrong. So it's still kind of new, even though he knows similar to what it's about.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, this one is short. This one is from 2 hours ago today. Boyfriend, male 20, said he will break up with me if me, female 20, if I vote blue this election. Yes, it's July 2024, by the way, when we're filming this.
We're just going straight to the political one.
I told him no politics, and the first thing I pull out is political.
Okay, great.
No, it's relationship advice. It's not really politics. So it looks like she's Republican and he's Democrat. No, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. It looks like she is a Democrat and he's Republican. Mm-hmm. So, hey everyone, I'm a female 20 and I am coming on here to generally get advice. I think that politics shouldn't matter in a relationship. He and his family are majorly conservative, which I respect them for it. I strongly believe that he should respect my beliefs too. I view politics as something private, like religion, and if I vote Republican, it goes against everything I believe in as a woman who was raised by immigrant parents who fight for freedom and to be in this country. I'm considering not telling him who I'm voting for. Please give me advice.
Oh, wait. What was the intro? Like she was saying he would break up with her or something?
Yeah, he said he would. In the intro, that's what she said.
Oh.
He said he would break up with her. If she votes Democrat in this election, he will break up with her.
Wow.
My first thought is like, if you are that different for somebody you're dating and have that different of views and beliefs, you probably shouldn't be in that relationship. If it's coming to the point of where they're telling you they will break up with you if you don't vote their way, that might be a relationship worth reevaluating.
The other side of it is like, you've known going into this relationship, he's conservative, you're not. So you could also just, take what you gave yourself and just not tell him and like continue that. But I would say if you're trying to stay in the relationship and like continue what you're doing, then don't tell him. Like, the whole idea of like the fact that you two believe two different things is like a completely separate issue. So that's a whole different thing of whether y'all should be together or not. But if you're still trying to be together, then I would just say don't tell him, because you've been like blatantly, that means that you've been not talking to him about politics anyway. So either continue that trend or you start talking about politics and you'll end up not together anymore.
But another part of this is, how are you going to just keep that separate your whole life?
Oh, yeah, no,
you know
they
what I
shouldn't.
mean?
That's super unhealthy.
With how things are kind of like boiling right now. I understand if it was 20 years ago, you could get away with a lot of stuff like that. But things are so Polaroids. They're so polarized right now that you can't really stay neutral in that kind of way unless you both agree to stay neutral. Like if you both had kind of like lukewarm feelings and you felt oppositely, then maybe that could work. But if he feels so strongly and you clearly feel so strongly, that might not work for you. You may have to think about ending that relationship, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, because those political things are now more like life choices that you would make as well, and like beliefs on how you think everything should, like how you treat people and how you think of people and stuff like that. Like for the sake of two completely different political beliefs.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, I mean, the outside of what she's asking, the advice is you should probably not be with this person. But
at least reevaluate how important it is to you and how, if like, think about, is it really not a deal breaker to you to be with somebody whose views are so incredibly different? I would definitely take a look and see what other types of views differ from yours, because if he feels that strongly about it, he may differ from you in other areas you haven't figured out yet as well. Also, they are 20 years old.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you caught that part of it, but they are 20 years old. How, like, their frontal lobes haven't even developed fully yet.
Yeah.
They're 20. I didn't know crap at 20. And I feel like that's true for most people. They're very, I don't want to say stunted, but like they have a lot to learn and a lot of things to experience. So I just feel like yeah.
The long-term point, though, to note is that you're going to regret being in that relationship if y'all are continuing to be two different.
Yeah, it's the same as like somebody who is a massive dog person, to where they have to have tons of dogs around them all the time. They want to breed dogs. They want to live, sleep, almost said eat dogs.
They love dogs so much.
They love dogs so much. They want every part of their life to be surrounded with dogs. And then somebody who hates dogs, or is, imagine someone is allergic to dogs and hates dogs.
Yeah.
And then how are you guys going to be compatible in a relationship? Yeah, it could work while you're not living together. Where is the relationship going to go from that? You have to think about these things. And, you know, any decision that you make is the right decision if you make it in earnest and it's really what you believe is for you. Like, that's totally fine. But, yeah, how are you going to make that work? Like, that's going to cause so much grief.
Yeah. It's not worth it.
Here's some comment. The top comment with 6,000 upvotes. This has been 2 hours, by the way. You should pull a Joe Biden and drop out of this relationship. He literally dropped out of the race. What was it, yesterday or the day before? I think it was yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, that's topical. Okay. And then go have some ice cream. That's the right move, Jack. Put up some bitchin' aviators and stop putting up with the malarkey. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean.
I don't either. Well,
maybe they're referencing something.
I'm sure, yeah. I'm sure it's a Biden quote or something like that. But, yeah.
One of the other comments says, why do you think politics shouldn't matter in a relationship? If his values go against everything you believe in, surely you owe it to yourself to let that mean something. Someone else says, exactly. It makes zero sense to be in a relationship with values that directly oppose yours. Someone said, politics isn't the only issue, per OP's post history. OP, throw this whole boy away. By the way, OP means original poster. Throw the whole boy away. I would too, but, you know, it's if it's advice, you can just tell people what to do. It's more like reevaluate.
Yeah. I think, yeah. It's still the very much if you're actually making a proper healthy decision for yourself, then those two people should not be together for sure. If you're just trying to in the moment keep the relationship and continue suffering inside, then never talk about politics to him.
Yeah, seriously. All right, next story. All right, this story, I don't know where it first came from. I don't know how long it's been around. I do know it's been a while. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. I do feel like anyone who has listened to a lot of Reddit already knows this story.
Yeah.
But just for those of you who haven't, and also for him who has not heard this story, we're going to cover it today. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. This story is called The Poop Knife.
Oh, okay. This one.
I found this on Museum of Reddit. And it's a repost because that's what Museum of Reddit is. It's kind of short and sweet.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. My family poops big. Maybe it's genetic, maybe it's our diet, but everyone births giant logs of crap. If anyone has laid a mega poop, you know that sometimes it won't flush. It lays across the hole in the bottom of the pole, and the vortex of water draining merely gives it a spin as it mocks you. Growing up, this was a common enough occurrence that our family had a poop knife.
Oh, it was a family poop knife.
It was a family shared poop knife, it seems. Mm-hmm. It was an old, rusty kitchen knife that hung on a nail in the laundry room, only to be used for that purpose. It was normal to walk through the hallway and have someone call out, "Hey, can you give me the poop knife?" I thought it was standard kit. You have your plunger, your toilet brush, and your poop knife. Fast forward to 22 years old. It's been a day or two between poops. I can't get over that. And I'm over at a friend's house. My friend was the local dealer and always had guests over because you can't buy weed without sitting on your ass and sampling it for an hour. I excuse myself and lay a gigantic turd. I look down and see that it's a sideways one. So I crack the door and call out for my friend. He arrives and I ask him for his poop knife. My what? Your poop knife, I say. I need to use it. Please? No. WTF is a poop knife. Obviously he has one, but maybe he calls it a more delicate name? A fecal cleaver? A dung divider? A guano glaive? I explain that what it is that I want and why I want it. He starts giggling, then laughing. Then lots of people start laughing. It turns out the music stopped and everyone heard my pleas through the door. It also turns out that none of them had poop knives, and it was just my effed up family with their effed up bowels. FML. I told this to my wife last night, who was amused and horrified at the same time. It turns out that she did not know what a poop knife was and had been using the old rusty knife hanging in the utility closet as a basic utility knife. Thankfully, she didn't cook with it, but used it to open Amazon boxes.
Oh, okay.
She will be getting her own utility knife now.
Yeah. Okay. But oh my gosh. Oh, wow. It's also like, I mean, it's because there's different things I've heard of where people go their whole lives just believing something completely wrong, and then one day they learn. But like, how did you miss that one? And then also, how did because the parents have to also know that's not common, but they never explain that to their kids. They just let their kids think that was a normal thing. Is this dude homeschooled? This dude has to be homeschooled. Would that matter? I feel like, because it's like, how do you go to a public school?
Judgmental.
Yes.
Oh, well, he did mention that he didn't use the restroom in that way for, a couple days. Some people might not go in public.
I guess that might be part of the reason. So he's never pooped in public, so he's never had to deal with that.
Is it too late for me to trigger warn this post? I'm just kidding. After the story.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no.
He didn't know till he was 22, and he thought everyone had that. Nobody has that, apparently, except them.
But it's also so common in his own family for them to, like, not even... Does that also mean all of his cousins have a poop knife? Right? Like, it would have to... Like, does it expand outside of one family?
Okay.
Or does he talk to anyone else?
Well, I don't know, but let's see if any of those questions get answered. So we have some comments and an edit. So I'll go to the edit first. Common question. Why was this not in the bathroom instead of the laundry room? Answer. We only had one poop knife and the laundry room was central to all 3 bathrooms. I have no idea why we didn't have 3 poop knives. All I know is that we didn't. We had the one. Possibly because my father was notoriously cheap about the weirdest things. So yes, we shared our poop knife.
Okay.
That's nasty.
Yeah.
I don't even like touching the toilet with gloves on to clean it. Not to mention, like, going in, like, I just cannot. How do you do that?
I'm stunned.
But to be fair, they're psychologically and developmentally speaking, you can get used to anything. I mean, that you're taught is normal.
Yes, it's just more... Well, for one, it's still the previous question I brought up. How the hell is he, like, never... Like, this has never been discussed, ever. Him growing up.
You might be... I mean, this is all conjecture, obviously. Yeah. But, you know, you could have a point about the homeschool thing.
Yeah. There's, like, no way you talk to lots of people in, like... You go to public places frequently, and then this never comes up for, like...
How often do you talk about your poops? To other people.
At the very least, if he's constantly or very frequently having giant poops, like, that also means that in public places, right? In, like, if you're at a restaurant or something, like, and if you have that happen, what happens then? Like, if you've gone out to a restaurant and then you have to use the restroom while you're there, and then the big poop happens, or do you just rely on never having big poop while at a restaurant?
I'm guessing they don't go out to eat a lot, but I just feel like we're not going to find the answer.
Father's notoriously cheap, so probably...
You're right, the father's notoriously cheap.
But it's still, like, if you're in public, like, you never have to poop in public until you're, like, 22 years old, and that's the one time where you got to do the big one.
I'm surprised they never pooped at someone's house.
Yeah.
But, you know, I've heard a lot of people, mostly girls, saying that they don't poop at other people's houses and stuff like that. I used to hold my everything when I was in school, and then I learned that was a bad idea. It was just painful every day. Anyway, I'll probably cut that out. Okay. Okay, so these are all just comments about how classic it is. So I don't have any of the original comments, but yeah, that was the poop knife.
Oh, man.
Was that everything Ronnie told you it was?
No. He mentioned that there was a knife that they would use to, like, cut up the poop or something.
Yeah, but you can get
but
that
I know it was
from
like
the
a
title.
family tradition. Like, I thought it was like some dude who just, like, last second, like, just had to do it, and he made, like, a weird poor choice. And that was it. That was, like, the whole thing. Not like, this is a family
affair.
That is... The only... it reminds me of... And I have... Once again, it's like another random clip online. It reminds me of someone else who, like, talked about... We're on the topic of poop. We're talking about poop now.
Oh my gosh. Trigger warning again.
Yeah. How someone said that whenever they would poop, it was so normalized for them that they would get some toilet paper and catch the poop in the toilet paper.
Oh, I've heard that. Where did we hear that?
It was it's just a clip that blew up online.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like that one, he was saying it like it was so normal. And then everyone was like, what are you talking about? I think like stuff like that of like, you go so long. I guess that's the thing. You don't really talk about restroom stuff, or you're like taught not to. And then some people have the craziest habits because of that.
That's true.
Man.
That is true. You never really know. And then, yeah. All right. Well, we're going from gross to downright. I'm not gonna spoil this one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Open. Okay. Thank you. It listens to commands.
Nice.
But it doesn't tear my finger. Okay. So this one is Best of Redditor updates. It's about 2 years old, I want to say. Mm-hmm. And the one I have here is a repost. So it's not the original poster. Trigger warning, by the way. food tampering, psychological, emotional abuse. Don't read it while eating or if you have a weak stomach.
All right.
So
Well,
Roy shouldn't even be hearing this, but I had to hear it, and I've been thinking about it ever since. I don't remember where I heard it. It was probably either Smosh or Two Hot Takes, but I think it was Two Hot Takes. No, I don't know. It was one of those two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, at least we got Poop Knife before we got this.
Right. Usually, I
gradually get into this.
I like to go find my own like Reddit stories usually, but this one has been sticking with me for months. Mm-hmm. I heard this story months ago, so I would much prefer that Royson suffer with me. Okay. All right, starting. Okay.
Stay hydrated.
I found out my partner has been putting slugs in my food. I don't know how to forgive him. I am 22 female, have been with my partner, 24 male, for 4 years now. I've never known him to do anything like this, but I noticed he started acting a little strange around a month, maybe a month and a half ago. He started putting fruit on the floor in the garden, and I thought it was a bit weird, but he said he was feeding the mice that have been nested in our shed, so I thought it was sweet and helped him do so. Anyway, he started being really nice to me around 2 weeks ago and was making me food, baking me cakes and stuff, which he never usually cooks, so I was so happy he found a hobby. I did notice sometimes I feel sick and dizzy after eating, and I just put it down to lack of sleep and hormones. Anyways, a friend of my partner's came into my work today. I work in a cafe, and he said he needed to speak to me when I was free. So, and I was free at the time. He told me that my partner has been collecting slugs from the garden on the fruit and has been putting out, on fruit that he's been putting out there and putting them in my food, blending them up. He even sent this friend, my goodness. He even sent this friend pictures of a bag of slugs he had collected and the picture of blended slugs. So he sent them proof. Okay. I feel really sick to my stomach. I don't know why he would do this. This is so out of character for him. I asked him why he was doing it, and he accused me of snooping through his messages, which I would never do, and got so angry at me for not being able to take a joke. So feeding someone slugs.
What the heck? Food. For a long period of time.
Long period of time.
That's a joke.
That's a joke.
It's just
guys.
A prank, bro.
My goodness. I feel disgusting. I love him to pieces, but I just don't understand his way of thinking just now. Am I overreacting? I don't know what to do, and I feel lost.
Okay, no, you're not overreacting. Yeah, that's the first one.
Am I the a-hole?
Is he the a-hole?
I don't know what this was originally posted on. Relationship advice. Okay.
Jeez. Every answer for relationship advice, break up.
If you're on Reddit asking for relationship advice, maybe it's over.
Yeah. Especially if you end up with a popular post, because that means that something crazy
that means that something crazy went down.
Yeah.
Or it's just, your partner cuts up their poop with knives. Anyway, so...
Yeah.
I was horrified when I first read this. By the way, there are updates. I just wanted to get your thoughts.
Yeah, no, yeah. Okay, wait. So, obviously, the main question is, the reason of why. That makes no sense for it's just a prank bro to do this, if maybe once. That's a disgusting one-time prank. But, then that's what you qualify as it's a prank when you do it one time and you laugh at them.
Like this, though?
It's, out of nowhere, doing it multiple times. And then also, to, take pictures and send it to other people. And then, think that, they're gonna agree. Haha, funny, dude. Yeah, let's keep doing that for a while.
I feel like this is more premeditated than a prank should be.
Yeah.
Pranks are funny, haha, we're both laughing.
I mean,
does that make sense?
No, that's how it's supposed to be, yes. Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm not talking about prank channels and stuff like that.
This feels like a prank channel type stuff, But like the worst kind.
Yeah. But they would do it once, and they would do it on camera, and they would tell them immediately.
Yeah.
Because they want to see their face.
Yeah.
This person is doing it without telling her. They're getting some sort of sick enjoyment out of her not even knowing that this is happening.
Yeah. And the fact that it's making her sick. And like there's like the blatant like, hey, like this isn't just like for funnies, like mentally, how you eat slugs later. Like it's already also affecting her immediately. You still just don't care.
Yeah.
This is a terrible person. Holy crap.
Like the fact that she feels sick every time after she's eating. Are you poisoning, by the way? Because
am I poisoning your food?
Every time my blood sugar goes high.
Yeah, I don't cook. You've seen when I do cook. You're like standing right beside me the whole time.
We cooked today at K-pop.
Okay, yeah. Then you saw me the whole time.
Okay. Update. It's an edit. I am receiving messages telling me to kill myself. Please don't do that, as I'm highly sensitive just now. What? Why would people say that? Maybe because they think it's fake. We're gonna brush over that. I went to urgent care last night in the early hours of the morning and waited and was finally seen around 6 a.m.-ish. I had some tests and I have a high levels of metaldehyde in my blood, whatever that is. I was kept in monitoring and have some ulcers in my stomach, which I was aware of because I was hospital 2 months ago for a burst ulcer. Originally, I thought it was stress, but now they said it could be because of the poisoning. The poisoning. I could have...
So, like, as in he was doing this for 2 months. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah, he was doing this for a long time. Let me go back to my spot.
I'm also still thinking about earlier when he's, like, mad that, like, oh, you went through my phone. It's like, what the heck? Like, it's like finding out someone cheated on you and to be like, why don't you respect my privacy? Like, this is why I don't respect...
No, people do that. Yeah. What? You went through my phone?
Yeah.
You're so horrible. I can't believe you would do that. That's so disrespectful. Yeah. You don't even care about me. You know
the speech too well. Okay.
No. But, I can't believe you would go through my phone.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how to... Okay, I could go on.
And the fact that she didn't even do that. Someone just, like, had to, like, go fess up to her because, like, another person realized how terrible this is. And
I'm like... points for the friend.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming they immediately-ish told her.
Yeah.
Like, they were like, no. Like, this is not okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, there's a lot more, by the way. I could have an infection of some kind as my temperature is high, but they haven't found anything that could be causing that yet. They've checked my heart and it's fine. I am due to have heart surgery this year, but they're delaying it due to ulcers and infections and the fact I kept getting sick. Which is okay. I have an appointment to see my cardiologist. I don't know when, but she has one. I contacted the police and wrote a statement and was asked some questions. Anyone who knows me in real life, please don't post mine or my partner's name, as the police said it would destroy the investigation. My ex refused to say anything to the police or to me. However, he did say he would speak to his friend and only him. He then spoke to me. I was not alone. I was with... I'm getting a phone call. My phone's now on silent.
Good job.
Sorry. Here's some ASMR to make up for it.
Okay.
Sorry, let me reread that. My ex... So he spoke to the friend, and then the friend spoke with her. And he confessed to doing random experiments on me / tests starting a few months after we moved in together. It started with spitting on my toast. And then the week later, he replaced my propranolol, which is a beta blocker, with salt. He emptied the capsules and put salt in, is what she's saying. So she wouldn't have her medicine. This is... some psycho stuff.
Yeah.
Like, this is, you want to see someone suffering because you like the edginess.
Yeah.
And you have no empathy for them.
Yeah. She was going to end up dead and he wouldn't care.
This is not something a normal person would do, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to add he was my medication holder as I have a history of attempts.
Oh.
So he handled my meds and gave them to me, and that's when he thought it would be funny. So, okay, that's horrible. He also admitted to these things, swapping my Linda McCartney vegetarian sausages with real meat. I have IBS and struggle to digest meat, so I became a vegetarian. He also replaced my corn nuggets with his real ones. I don't know what those are, but I'm assuming some sort of...
Corn versus chicken.
No, it's QUORN.
QU.
Which is probably...
It's still, I'm sure, some vegetarian type of chicken nuggets.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not anything crazy. One of my pet giant African land snails went missing in summer, and I assumed it escaped as I left the lid open on their box, but he said it had died, and he scraped it out and put it in my curry. I vaguely remember the day he did this, as he laughed whenever I went to eat the curry, and I got really paranoid, so I put it in the kitchen and stormed off. Then he brought it upstairs and told me to taste it, and I did. And I realized he added loads of chili, and he said he was laughing because he put chili powder in and too much came out. Now I think he must have put the chili powder to cover the fact that he put my snail in there. So he killed her pet and fed it to her as well, on top of all these other things he's doing to quite literally torture her. That's crazy.
Well, I don't... not that it matters, and it's likely he did kill it, but I think it said, like, the pet just died, and then so because it died...
He told her the pet died.
Yeah.
He told her that.
Yeah. There's no trusting anything.
He also said he rubbed my toothbrush on the toilet, then washed it as he thought that was too far. I feel like this is all a dream. It just seems too dramatic to feel real.
Wait. Wipe the toothbrush on the toilet, and then it's like, oh, that's too much. But, like, long-term poisoning? Nah.
I'm guessing he wasn't... Well, I don't know. This is total imagination. Maybe he wasn't trying to poison her, just get his, like, little sick satisfaction out of, like...
And he didn't think that was actually hurting anything. Even though he would definitely would know about the IBS and her needing to not eat meat, and then him still doing that.
Yeah, but I'm guessing he didn't realize he was killing her.
Yeah. It's okay if it's only just a little suffering.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. That's so messed up. And it sucks to be, like, do that. For one, going to the relationship, and he's fully aware that she's someone who is not doing well with happiness and dopamine. And to still kind of do stuff like that to her. And then, like, so this is, like, a huge bomb for her. Oh my gosh. And, like, what seems like a relationship that was for a while with someone that she was really trusting. Holy crap, she's never trusting anyone anymore.
I hope she left him, because this was already a couple years ago, I think.
Oh, yeah, no.
I hope she left him.
She already referred to him as ex in that post, I'm pretty sure, at one point.
Did she?
Yeah. I think partner and then ex.
No, my partner.
I thought she later said ex.
I don't remember her saying ex.
Oh.
If it said ex, I don't know where. I was reading.
She was referring to twin.
Oh, yeah, she did say ex. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, good. He promises he never did any of this to the animals. He says he didn't know why he did this and that he loves me truly and that he felt compelled to do it, which I understand as I suffer from OCD and get compulsions and impulsions. What?
Yeah, that's the same, when I want to, like, organize stuff.
And that he really loves taking care of me and feels it's his purpose. And he didn't mean to cause serious harm. Yeah, okay. I think he could just be stressed, as I have mental health issues that could have caused something in him to break from too much stress. I'm really sad and sorry for those who I caused concern.
So she probably is still with him. What the heck? How do you, like, vouch for someone after they do that to you for a while?
People are basically saying, like, don't blame yourself, because clearly that's not on you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This is crazy.
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
Wait, where did that happen? Someone in the comments said, can we talk about the fact that how incredibly effed up it is that her doctors said all this happening was a good thing because she's overweight? I don't remember reading that.
No. Was it
I must
edited?
have missed. There must be parts that I missed, like in comments and things.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. If she was responding to people. Yeah. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so everyone in her life really hates her, apparently. Oh my gosh. Yeah, wow. No, that's an immediate ender.
Oh, here's a comment the OP left. They collected a bunch of different comments and put them in the original. I'm just trying to read only the ones I feel like are relevant.
Okay.
So somewhere during all this, the OP posts this comment. Hi, he was diagnosed with ASPD yesterday. What is ASPD? Antisocial personality disorder. That's got to be what that is. That is what psychopaths are.
Oh,
that's the same thing. That's sociopathic. Antisocial. That's what they call it. Personality disorder yesterday, and admitted everything to me and how I was his way of looking normal to the outside world. He had manipulated me by giving me everything I wanted because she has BPD, which means she bipolar disorder, so or borderline. I don't know if it's borderline or bipolar. I think it's borderline usually when they say BPD, which causes a lot of attachment issues. So you tend to attach to people. That's not the only thing that there is to it, but that is one of the main aspects. Is you tend to get very attached in a lot of ways. So by giving me, he manipulated me by giving me everything I wanted. Love, affection, compliments. He began testing me emotionally at first with cheating to see how I would react, but I forgave him and then began with food and stuff to see how long until I got sick. I'm still baffled. The person I never really knew at all. He is a psychopath and he gives ASPD sufferers a bad name. He knew I was vulnerable due to my mental and physical illnesses. He became my career, but was my carer, but was torturing me at the same time, and I was unaware of any of this. He rescued me from an abusive situation and then put me into a new one. That is how he works.
That's how most of them work.
Yes, that's extremely common.
They find people who were victims, and then they're the easiest to manipulate, quote unquote. Yeah. Yeah,
that is very common with people with that disorder as well as narcissists. They will prey on people who are more vulnerable. Ooh.
Yeah, that's painful. That whole thing is painful. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I hope she's in a better place, and I hope she's with somebody that respects her and actually cares for her, but I'm sure that's going to leave a lot of scars for her to deal with.
For a long time, yeah. That's like insane trust issues. Yeah,
right. Forever. And I really hope she's able to get into therapy to kind of help, go through all of this and learn some green flags, because she knows a lot of red flags now. So I'm hoping she's able to learn some green flags and heal and be with somebody who actually can truly love and care for her, not just pretend that they do while also manipulating her.
Yeah.
So I really hope she's in a better place. I don't have anything past that, but.
Wow. Okay. So I guess because I don't look at these stories very often, we got to find some crazy ones. That was nuts, though. Oh my gosh, yep. Some people are terrible. Yeah.
Wait, did you think I meant we were done with the episode?
Oh, yes.
I have more than 3 stories.
Oh.
He thought I only had 3 stories. I meant that's it for that story.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but even still. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. This one is a little bit less.
Still processing the last one.
That one was crazy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah.
I can't believe how insane. Feeding someone slugs in their food. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. I already have I can't imagine ever trusting someone ever again after that. For a long-term period, all those things. That's crazy work. Oh my gosh.
That's absolutely. It makes me cringe with how evil it is.
Yeah.
That's all I can really say is evil.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This one is someone sharing their their awkward first date story, and then they're asking for more people to share awkward first date stories.
Interesting. Okay.
So my friend and I were talking last week after an atrocious first date that I had on the weekend. Before my area unfortunately went into lockdown, so this would be 2020. I still struggle with setting tough boundaries, and my date told me to meet him at a location in the city he lives in. When I got there, it turned out that he had booked massages for us, full body. I should have walked away then, but I didn't and ended up going through with it, only to be taken to a restaurant for a drink where he used to work, which resulted in him introducing me to a bunch of people like I was his girlfriend.
First date.
And that was our first meeting in person.
That's great.
You would think that at our age, people would know better, but the last first date I went on before this was almost just as bad. He showed up with a massive bouquet of flowers and stood outside the bar where everyone watched as they passed by when he gave them to me, and attempted to pull back my hair when I wasn't expecting it, because who does that anymore? And I almost fell. I'd love to hear your stories. Hopefully some of that.
Wait, pull back her hair?
So like
oh,
touching her.
Yeah.
Just to like, because you can. Like, when you just met, like a first date, how are you gonna be that comfortable? And then having someone meet you at a massage place to get a full body massage together the day you meet.
That seems kind of weird.
Was he like hoping to catch a glimpse or something?
I mean, I guess that's like there's definitely the worst options, and after that last story, like, yeah, everyone's a monster now.
Yeah,
but,
right. I guess the full body
it's
massage...
still more probably, it's like, I don't know, my thought is like maybe he was just already wanting to do that, and then this was like his reason to go with someone. Yeah,
I feel like that might not be a complete deal breaker. It's not good. Like, it's definitely a point, like, in the con column.
Right.
But if he has like 2 cons, well, that being one of them, and then all these pros, I could see people getting over that, right?
Yeah, but
he took her immediately after to a bar where clearly it seemed like he was just wanting to show off his new girlfriend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that was true. It's just showing off, or trying to show off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just super awkward. Yeah. It's one of those things, I feel like there's probably going to be more stories too. I've also heard some stories from like some of my friends. It's like funny to be like, married for 5 years and almost.
Who have you been married to for 5 years?
Oh wait, no, it's only 4. I keep thinking, whatever. In a relationship for like 9. In my head, I'm like, we've already been together 10 years. But yeah, and then like the people who are like still trying to have like their first date stories and stuff like that. It's always just like I'm so glad I'm not dealing with that.
Bad. Yeah. So I have a friend that I won't name here in case they're not comfortable. She is much like Roy, my husband, in the fact that she absolutely hates scary movies, and they just make her uncomfortable, and she doesn't enjoy them, right? And this was right when the movie Barbarian came out. She went on a first date with a guy, and he insisted that they go to Barbarian. And I don't think she knew what that was before they went. He just kind of like said, yeah, let's go to that. Barbarian doesn't necessarily sound like it's going to be a horror unless you know that. But yeah, so she sat there on her phone looking up the plot the whole time because she was so uncomfortable. And then that guy ended up to be a dud anyway. But yeah, it was definitely heading that direction after he took her there.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things of like, if you're gonna do on the first date, there still needs to be a conversation to confirm, like, because like I guess it's the idea of thinking that that's common for everyone to like want to do a like horror movie or like a full body massage on a first date, and it's like I think they just played it up in their head of that's a good idea, because I know that's an old trope of like, oh, take a girl to a scary movie so they can like hold you when they're scared or something.
Yeah,
like
that trope is so dumb.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, for me, I'm the one who wants to watch this horror, and he's like, no.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
I took him to see, like, even stuff that's not really horror, just horror adjacent, and he still feels like he needs to look up the plot before we go. Even if he agrees to even go.
What was it? It was, because A Quiet Place,
Annihilation.
I watch it. Yeah, Annihilation. It's specifically because I want to look up what jump scares are there. That's all I looked up.
Yeah, he doesn't like jump scares.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, honey, that was the last story I have for you today. That last one was quick and sweet. I just didn't want to end on this tragic, horrible story.
Were there any? Because she's saying, like, is there comments of people talking about their first dates?
Oh, do you want to read some?
Yeah.
Okay, before we get off,
just so we can laugh at all the single people struggling.
Oh, the watermelons. Okay, well, I'll read that later. I think I'll start with the watermelon story next time. All right, I haven't read this yet, so I'll just read it. It's kind of long. I met some guy on Reddit. This story almost makes me yearn for the days my boundaries were non-existent because it means I got into some crazy shit. He seemed a tad quirky. He didn't own a cell phone, for instance. I asked him to meet me at one of my favorite coffee shops. I briefly dated a guy that didn't own a cell phone in 20s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was a red flag. Anyway,
yeah.
I asked him to meet in one of my favorite coffee shops. I find him there. He has a laptop, but it's like 20 years old. I'm shocked it connects to Wi-Fi. He doesn't drink coffee. He's sitting there drinking milk from a plastic cup. I asked him to go outside. I can tell he's not showered. I'm sitting downwind. It's not great. That's gross. This is where 30-year-old me leaves, but 26-year-old me stays. Relatable. I tried to go, but we ended up walking past his truck, and he pulls out some flowers for me. But not ones he bought, ones he picked from the side of the street, like a 5-year-old. Okay. I could see that's almost cute, but with everything else...
Yeah, it's the combination of the other stuff
also,
that makes it pretty bad.
If she called them that, then they probably weren't cute either. They were
like
probably
weeds.
like weeds.
Yeah.
He wants to hang out longer, so he pulls out his telescope and we go for a little walk. He has pockets full of Starburst candy and keeps offering them to me. It's too cloudy to use the telescope and also still daytime. I'm not even done reading that. Why would you pull out a telescope in the middle of the day?
Yeah. Okay.
What are you trying to see?
Yeah. Like, I got this. Let's just do something, I guess. And also, Starburst, I do not trust now. With everything else, yeah.
With how he smells?
Oh, it's also just, all of it combined. Yeah.
I'm trying to hurry the walk up at this point. I found it odd that despite him not owning a cell phone, he had pretty much every possible electronic known to man in his back pocket. Tablet, laptop, Kindle, gaming system, everything. So strange. We circle back to the truck. I try to say goodbye, but he really wants to hang out longer and his face is super sad. So I say, I need a ride to the pet fish store. Because I did. It was my errand for the afternoon. So I get into his truck, ankle deep in empty 5-hour energy shots. He drives me 15 minutes to the local fish store where we look at fish and I purchase driftwood. I guess I'm somewhat hopeful maybe I can convince myself that this wasn't a terrible waste of time. At this point it's dark and he keeps trying to touch me, but also recall he was unshowered and it was gross. Yeah. He thought I was an amazing catch because I played BioShock.
Also,
ew! That's all I needed to know. To know that this guy is not a catch. Yeah. Like... it is one of the biggest icks as a single person for a boy to be like, you play video games? And then like, you like video games? Bitch, you didn't even ask me what genre. I play fucking Animal Crossing and like fucking Final Fantasy. I'm speaking from personal, like, actual...
Yeah, that's actually her. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean like, boys used to act like this toward me too. Just, I'm like, bitch, I ain't gonna play Call of Duty with you. I ain't gonna play fucking Fortnite.
I mean, I'm sure that's why he included BioShock, but even still, that's like that's odd, like that to be the qualifier, and also just I don't know, it's everything else.
I agree. At least it wasn't like Call of Duty, Halo or Minecraft.
Yeah, but like it, I feel like
Minecraft is a little less of a red flag. Because anybody
No, I
could just
mean,
be excited about Minecraft.
I'm saying all of that is like it's more like that by itself, that being your big like, oh my gosh, it's kind of crazy.
This leads
I mean, I guess maybe no, even 5 years ago, I feel like that's not like,
I don't know when this was written.
because she said 30-year-old self versus 26-year-old self.
Oh, so minimum 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's my assumption.
True. Probably minimum 2018, 2019.
Yeah. I don't know, like it's very much the you play video games, so therefore I'm obsessed. And also the question of how many people does he talk to, which isn't very much if he doesn't even have a cell phone and he doesn't shower. So
Okay, but that's the weird part is like he says he doesn't have a cell phone. But how does he have everything else?
Because his cell
Is it
phone requires a
sad that
monthly
he reminds
payment.
me of my... You thought I was an amazing catch because I played Bioshock.
Yeah.
At least he didn't say Fortnite or Call of Duty.
Like well, I guess that's because it's more common. So like saying Bioshock makes it unique.
That's true. It's a little less common. I have a question for you though. What do you think is the biggest red flag game for like a boy to be playing? And I mean from a girl's perspective. Well, not from a girl's perspective, like using your knowledge. What do you think should be a red flag for girls?
Baldur's Gate. No, I'm kidding.
Baldur's Gate? No, that game is badass.
The first thing that comes to my mind is COD.
Yeah.
Even though it's popular enough to where like it's also just known for like worse people, but it's also one of those like I feel like I've seen so many people talk about, oh, like you're so sensitive, you haven't been in a COD lobby or something like that. And it's just like immediately like, okay, don't think if that's normalized, maybe that's a problem.
That and things in that vein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not actually like, I'd say it's a very minimal red flag. Like worse things is like, I don't know, maybe if they like exclusively play like horror games, that's just trippy to me.
It gets worse. It goes on.
Oh, there's some more.
Oh, there's more.
Oh,
I just started laughing at the catch.
Oh, okay.
Also, we get hungry, so I recommend we eat somewhere quick because I want to get out ASAP. But I still don't know how to pull this parachute. We stood at a by the slice kind of place. By the slice pizza place. Shouldn't say that, but he makes me pay for my own $2 slice of pizza after ordering his own, which was a little awkward. He asked me if I think they have milk. I say no. He asks them if they have milk. They don't.
Okay, that's the milk thing. No, the milk thing at a coffee place is already sus. Nah.
At a pizza joint, do you have milk? Do you think they have milk?
Gosh.
No, I don't think they have milk. Do you guys have milk? No. Oh, by the way, I'm just getting my slice of pizza. If you want one, go ahead. I'm gonna be okay.
I mean, I guess it also tracks. If he can't afford a phone, then he's going to do his best not to pay for anything else.
He can afford Bioshock. Okay, so he offers to give me a ride home, but I lie and say I'm close and walk home 2 miles in the dark by myself to try and decompress because holy hell, I should have left 4 hours ago. He leaves me a voicemail from his parents' landline saying he had a great time. I message him on Reddit and say we won't be hanging out again.
Block. Yeah.
Oof. That was right.
That also, like, in general, like, kind of sucks is the idea of, like, how did the other person not catch the fact that, like, one's super uncomfortable the whole time? Because, like, blatantly, she's super uncomfortable the whole time. And he just completely misses that. That's the thing, is like not really paying attention to her at all. I feel like that's a huge annoying thing. And like in his mind, he thinks he's doing well and being nice. It's like, oh, we took a telescope and walked around and I offered her Starburst. And like he's thinking he's such a great person because of that.
He is for doing, I would even argue, almost not even the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Like,
he didn't shower before the date, so yeah, he didn't do the bare minimum.
Yeah, he's scraping the bottom of the barrel with his bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not even like he didn't like attack her or anything, which is good.
Yeah.
But like it's sad that we have to like justify it as like at least he didn't attack.
Yeah. There's like that. At least he's not a terrible person. He's just very like makes poor choices, socially awkward. Yeah. There's hope, I guess. Maybe.
It is giving incel a little bit.
Yeah.
She dodged a bullet.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like, it sucks because for him, on his side, it's like, well, I don't really think there's much.
Because there's this
until
like.
Until he learns to take care of himself.
Yeah.
There's not much you can do because, like.
Because there's the thought of like, what could he have done? And like, because that's the thing, is it's hard to relate to that, is like there are certain levels of like poor that like maybe you really are struggling in certain ways, right?
But you can clean yourself.
Yeah, I think
even people living out of their car, they find a way to clean themselves, sponge bath, whatever it takes. Like you can do like a really, really cheap gym membership where they have a shower, and you won't be showering every day, but if a date is coming up, you'd be like, you know what? Today is going to be my shower day.
Yeah. And also he lives with his parents blatantly because he's able to call from parents' landline. Or at least he stays with the parents frequently.
Oh, yeah, that's true. He lives at his parents' house.
Yeah. So he could have, like, assuming his parents have a functional shower.
That's a good point. If he's living at his parents' house, I can't imagine living at someone's house and they're like, nah, you can't shower here.
Yeah. And also maybe it proves the point of, like, he definitely makes poor choices. I don't know, it's such a gamer problem. I mean, like, I have no idea what his actual work life is, but it's like the choosing to have like, multiple like tablet game system, all that stuff, but not have a cell phone, which is like super vital for like everything in life right now.
Yeah, because why he doesn't? I can just use my parents' landline.
Yeah.
That's cheap. I can just do that way. Sometimes cheap is not the best option.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how are you gonna like?
Yeah,
especially like nowadays. Like 15 years ago, it was still pretty bad not to have a cell phone, but like 20 years ago, you could get away with it.
Especially because there are like options of having a phone, just a phone, right? That can call and text, like $10 a month. Like,
yeah, you can also do prepaid.
Yeah.
That way you only pick it up, or like if you really need something right then.
Yeah. And then at least you still have a phone.
But yeah, not having a phone is a huge red flag. For me, you're either up to no good or you make poor choices.
Yeah.
Red flags. So we're gonna end here. If you would like to put any of your first date stories in the comments, we would love to read them. And just put in the comment if you're cool with us reading it in our well, never mind. If you comment it, I'm assuming you're fine with us reading it in the next post. If it's juicy, we'll read it. But yeah, let us know, and then we're gonna have our whole next episode is gonna be awkward first date stories or similar vein. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video, or hear you. Wait.
Huh?
I hope we don't hear you. That's weird. You'll hear us in the next video.
Yes.
So tune in. We're gonna try to upload weekly. We'll see how that works. We both have jobs, so
yeah.
If it doesn't be weekly, we'll try.
And hopefully, I will not be having this by next episode. We'll see.
Oh, upgrade. But anyway, thank you for watching, and that's all for now. Bye.